What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Josh the Gut Guide here, and I want to talk to you today about a couple of things. And the first thing that I want to talk to you about is one of the biggest questions that I get on my TikTok channel is, I've got an autoimmune disease, I've got this disease, I got liver disease, I got gut issues, I got this, I got that, I got the other. How do I get rid of it? Well, it's actually very simple. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today, is talk to you about how do you get rid of these things. Let me explain to you kind of the in the first place on exactly kind of like what's going on here. And what's really happening is when we get these diseases, it doesn't really matter what it is, all named diseases, whether it's diabetes, cancer, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, cataracts, whatever, it's all basically the same thing. And what it boils actually down to is dysfunction at a cellular level in the body, then at a cellular level, at a tissue level. So it really doesn't matter what it is. But how do you get rid of disease in the first place? Well, it's actually really simple. What causes disease in the first place? There's a couple of things that's actually happening. What causes disease in the first place is actually, one of the main causes is toxins in the body. And toxins in the body clog up basically the cells at a cellular level. They clog up the cells and they can't get rid of metabolic waste, heavy metals, parasites, toxins, poisons, phthalates, hormone disrupting chemicals. All those things are what actually create disease in the body. So how do you get rid of autoimmune diseases, or how do you get rid of any disease? It does not matter what disease you have. It all is the exact same. It all does the exact same. It's all the same way. And what you've got to do is you've got to detoxify your body. That's the biggest and most important thing, is you got to detoxify the body. And a lot of people ask, Josh, well, what do I do? I've never done this before. I don't know anything about it or whatever. How do you detoxify the body? It was a really good question. And I'm going to give you the 3 basic beginner steps on if you've got an autoimmune disease, cancer, rheumatoid arthritis. It doesn't matter what it is. You can improve the condition and even reverse it if you do it long enough, thorough enough, and consistently enough. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So how do you get rid of dis-ease in the body? It's actually really simple. It's very simple. Number 1, what you've got to do is you've got to detoxify. And how do you detoxify? You've got to get the toxins out of the body. And then there's 3 major pathways: the colon, the liver, and gallbladder. But the colon, liver, and the kidneys. Those 3 are the biggest major detox pathways of the body. You got to get rid of those. You got to clean those out, number 1. So number 1, the best way to do that is get rid of stuff in the colon. How do you do that? You got to detox the colon. There's a lot of things that you can do, and I'm going to pull up some things here, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what you can do to get rid of that. And I've got it lined out in my brand new it's my holistic detox and heal blueprint that we just created. We've got out now. It's, the link will be down below if you're interested in it. You want the step-by-step. This is 3 of the 9 steps that we go through, and 3 things that I did to reverse my autoimmune conditions. I had 3 autoimmune conditions. I was on 3 different medications. There was other conditions. They just weren't diagnosed at that time. IBS, Crohn's disease, celiac, lupus, some arthritic conditions, GERD, a hernia, 3 medications. And basically the doctors told me that they were going to have to start cutting stuff out. And I said, not happening. And that's when I went on my holistic journey. And that's what we talk about in my in our detox blueprint. But basically, what we're going to look at today is I'm going to tell you exactly how to basically do this at this level. And it's actually really simple. It's actually not hard at all. But basically what you've got to do is you've got to detox. And one of the best ways to detox is you've got to get the colon clean. You got to get the colon clean, number 1. And I like a supplement called Oxy powder. You can get it from globalhealing.com. Dr. Edward Group created this. It's elemental magnesium, and it cleanses the colon, cleanses the small intestine, cleanses the body out. It basically super oxygenates the body and the colon so you can get that stuff out. It breaks down old, dead, dying fecal matter that's stuck to the walls of the colon and your small intestine, and it brings oxygen down there, and it's very safe, very simple, and one of my favorite ways. So you got to do that. There's some other things that you can do, like aloe vera. Aloe vera is good. Marshmallow root is good. Licorice root is another good thing. These are all herbs that you can drink in a tea. Another good thing is psyllium husk. Psyllium husk powder, if you drink it today, typically tomorrow, take a tablespoon in like a quart of water, drink it down, Also put like some charcoal or a binder or something in there to kind of help mop up those toxins or whatever. But that's really good. That's a good way to clean the colon. There's some other herbs and stuff, which I don't want to go into the herbal stuff today. Those are, that's where I would start. The oxy powder myself is my favorite place. So that's number one. Number two, you got to get rid of the liver and the gallbladder stuff. You got stuff stored in your liver. Your liver is like your oil filter of the body. Same way, kind of like the gallbladder, it holds the extra oil of the body, which is basically gall, which is bile. And you got to get that stuff out because that stuff gets stagnant. You got to do that. And I prefer a liver gallbladder flush. And basically, you can get that from globalhealing.com, and Dr. Edward Group is a kit that you can buy. And that's a great way to flush the liver and the gallbladder as well. It's a kit. It's about a 6-day cleanse. You take it, and basically what you're going to do is cleanse the colon the first couple of days. Then basically after that, you're going to do some other stuff in there with it or whatever. But on the 5th day, you're going to drink some different things like some olive oil. And what it's going to do is it's going to cause, because you're drinking a bunch of fat, you're going to drink some olive oil, and it's going to, now don't just go do this, go research this first or go buy the kit and it'll tell you exactly what to do, but it's going to cause your liver and your gallbladder to constrict, and it's going to push these stones out, and these stones are full of calcification, bilirubin, different things that are inside there, white blood cells, cholesterol, toxins and poisons and stuff, and it's going to push it out through the intestines, and you're basically going to poop it out over the next couple of days. So liver gallbladder flush. And other ways that you can do this, NAC. NAC is something I take on a regular basis. NAC, the dandelion root, dandelion leaf, are all good things. Coffee enemas are really good things to support the liver as well. And then the third thing is the kidneys. The kidneys are the next thing that filter out the lymphatic fluid, and the lymphatic fluid is the waste of the body. It's the metabolic waste of the body. And if your kidneys aren't filtering right because you've got leaky gut or you've got liver issues, the kidneys take the hit there and they stop filtering in the nephrons, which are the part that actually filter the blood and filter the lymphatic system. So if you don't have that working right, because of calcification, kidney stones, stuff like that, you're not going to be able to, you're going to have a hard time basically, filtering out those things. And I go over that in depth on my blueprint as well, in basically step 1, 2, and 3. But there is some other things that you can do to help with that, to support kidney function: dandelion, nettle leaf, marshmallow root, horsetail, hydrangea root, Shankopiedra, and nettle leaf. Those are all good things that I've used to decalcify my kidneys, and it works really well. I highly recommend that everybody do that, to get rid of calcium, to get rid of the calcification. And that's the 3 ways that you start getting rid of disease. Now, that's not the only thing you got to do. We got to address heavy metals and parasites and toxins and other chemicals in other areas of the body, but that's 3 good ways that you can start today to basically be able to do that, my friends. It's actually really simple. It's really easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. It's actually really simple to do. And that's where I would start. That's where I started on my journey. That's where I put my clients on. That's where they all start. And a great place to get started on this journey if you want to get rid of autoimmune conditions or improve the conditions, or blood pressure or cholesterol or liver function or brain function or candida or whatever, you got to get this stuff out of the body. And that's step number 1. Don't just jump into detoxing. Start first, and that's why we go over that in the blueprint. It's a 9-step it's basically a 9-step guide with tons of other stuff, tons of things for heavy metals, tons of things for parasites, chemicals, and poisons. We give you audios and all kinds of stuff in it. So if you guys are interested, the link will be below down there. It's right now we are actually, if you catch it early, we're actually running a special on it. It's half off right now. It will eventually go up as we get some feedback and do some more things to it right now, but it is open. So if you guys are interested, click down below. If not, if you got any questions, tell me what you guys like to do for detoxing. Are you actively detoxing? Do you got any kind of chronic health conditions, and what are you doing to get rid of those? So if you need help with that, always ask any questions. And until next time, my friends, happy healing and much love.